Hi everyone, DreamLife Cyprus company with you. My name is Dasha. Today we want to answer a very frequently asked question. How much does it cost to live in Northern Cyprus? People are already starting to move into Northern Cyprus. The season is opening. Soon we will swim and not get out of water. We have collected for you only the main points of consumption. Of course, you will have additional costs, but in this video we won't talk about it. I want to note right away that we're in the Escalay area. Therefore, we will voice the prices of our region. But you must understand that there is a slight price difference in each area. So the first thing we'll talk about is rental housing. It is important to understand if you're renting a property in a large complex with great infrastructure, the prices will be higher. Also, the distance to the sea can affect the price. So renting a studio will cost from $500. Renting a one-bedroom apartment will cost from $700, two-bedroom apartments from $900. So the next expense item is education. If you have a small child, of course, you're interested in the prices for kindergartens. Kindergartens are divided into state and private ones. A private kindergarten will cost you from 7,000 Turkish liras per month. Your child picks up for the whole day and will be fed. By the way, there are very good kindergartens here. Compared to our countries, there are also private and public schools. I will immediately note that public schools are free for everyone, even for foreigners. Private schools have now risen in price, unfortunately. The price starts from 95,000 liras per year to 110,000 Turkish liras per year. What is the difference? Your children will be in public school until 12 o'clock noon. In a private school, children will study until 4 o'clock p.m. and will have extra classes. Communal payments. Let's start with electricity. The cost of 1 kilowatt depends on how many kilowatts you use per month. If you use up to 250 kilowatts per month, then your rate will be 2.6 Turkish liras. If you spend from 1000 kilowatts per month, then your tariff will be the maximum, and this is 4 Turkish liras per 1 kilowatt. It depends on the less used electricity, the cheaper. If more electricity is used, then more expensive. The water here is quite affordable. It costs 8 Turkish liras per cubic meter, home internet from 200 Turkish lira per month, mobile communication from 250 Turkish liras per month. Balloon gas for a gas stove costs from 250 Turkish liras. We have enough of him for 2.5 months. The next item we have takes a larger place in our budget, it's food. We will talk about it in more detail in the next videos, especially on vegetables. We will make a separate video for you. And now let's walk for the essentials, which you put in your shopping cart. Let's start with meat. Meat is not pretty cheap here, but it is of good quality. Frozen meat is rarely used here. The locals are not used to freezing anything, so the meat is always eaten fresh. Lamb meat costs 400 liras, beef 350 liras, and the chicken will cost you 70 liras per kilogram for a whole chicken. Dorado fish will cost 160 Turkish liras, and it will be fresh too. Dairy products are very high quality, and when you try at least once, you will understand what you're paying for. In my opinion, the price is quite cheap. Milk costs 22 lira per liter. It's a pack of pasteurized milk. I want to make a special mention of butter, because it is really good here. For 1 kilogram you will pay about 200 Turkish liras. Also, Superior cheese is incredibly tender and tasty. It is very similar to our homemade cheese. For 1 kilogram you will pay approximately 200 liras. A large pack of 30 eggs will cost you 80 Turkish liras. Well, bread. A loaf is an expensive bread, about 8 liras. There are different types of bread here. What do we want to say about vegetables? The vegetables are seasonal. And in the next video, we will go to the market and will show you the prices in real time. How much does it cost now? Well, for you to understand, vegetables here are very affordable. Lots of greens, and it is very cheap here. You can buy different types of greens to make salads from them, and they're delicious here. Well, if you are interested in life in Northern Cyprus, then subscribe to our Instagram. Every day we will tell you how are we doing well here. I'm not just talking about the pros, but also about the minuses of Northern Cyprus, so you can see if it fits this island for you. But if you're not a fan of cooking at home, then you will want to try the local food in restaurants and cafes. Look, I just want to say that here in the cafe you will not meet something small like we're accustomed to in our countries. Any dish, even the smallest, will cost you a full lunch or dinner for an adult. They don't have small portions here. The portions are all huge. So on average in a cafe, one dish will cost you Oh, I lost it. In a restaurant from 200 Turkish liras. And also coffee. Where did you see coffee for 50 lira? Now 60 lira, Vladimir. 100% 60 liras. And of course a cup of coffee in the Escala area will cost you 60 liras. I mean coffee latte, yes. And of course in Northern Cyprus you will want to buy a car, and you will be interested to know how much the service costs for the car. So 95th gasoline will cost you 22 Turkish lira per 1 liter. But by the way, the price of gasoline is constantly changing. Maintenance of car oil, filter, etc. will cost you from 2000 liras. Also there is a car tax. This is from about 900 Turkish liras per year. Well, girls, we'll tell you about the beauty sphere. But by the way, not only girls, men also have their haircuts and have some requests for this industry. Approximate prices, it all depends on where you are, of course. If you come, for example, to a salon for foreigners, their price can be more expensive. If you go to the Cypriot salons, then price will be lower. Either you find some person who does it at home. So let's start with the manicure or pedicure, because it's from about 400 Turkish liras. Eyebrows from 300 Turkish liras. Women's haircuts from 250 and above, depending on length and complexity. Men's haircut from 200 liras. And so, if you collect the total amount of expenses for the month, let's say for a family of 3, mom, dad and baby, if you remove these rental costs, personal expenses and homing, then the average expense you will have is approximately $1,000 per month. I also want to share my personal opinion about, in general, everything that we have said for you today. When I first arrived here, my first impression was that everything is more expensive here. Of course, I compared with what I had before in my country. At first, it seems like everything is more expensive, but when you start to eat local food and you understand what quality they give you for this money, then you understand that prices are on average the same as in the CIS countries. If we compare prices with the European Union, it's definitely cheaper. If we have not named some area that you would be interested to know prices in Northern Cyprus, write please under this video in the comments. What would you like to hear in the next video? We will gladly do it. Friends, also we have such an idea to show you in detail what is actually here shopping in Northern Cyprus. What we have here, what we don't, the prices, etc. Support us if you're interested. We remind you that we have Instagram, go below the link in the description, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel DreamLife Cyprus, so you don't miss the next video. We're waiting for you in Northern Cyprus. Bye!